Good morning, students. Today we will learn about a special type of motion, that is a simple harmonic motion. The second chapter in second semester of diploma syllabus. In this chapter, we will discuss about simple harmonic motions, examples, conditions for the simple harmonic motion, a body projecting in a circular path shows the simple harmonic motion, displacement, velocity, acceleration, time period, frequency, phase, expressions of a particle executing simple harmonic motion. In this chapter, we will cover all these topics. We learned different types of motions in our first semester, and waves and sound chapter we discussed briefly about the different type of motions. Now see this, we have different types of motions. You are walking on a road, it's a linear motion, vibrating motion, circular motion, oscillatory motion, rotatory motion. For example, you are going to bus stand from college, you are going in a straight way, or you are moving in a straight direction, that is a linear motion. Curvilinear motion, when you are turning from left to right, straight line to left or right, at the junctions, it's a curvilinear motion. A string is attached, affixed two sides, and you disturb it, it moves ups and down. That's a vibratory motion. Like we discussed vibratory motion in a waves and sound chapter, vibrating tuning fork makes the vibrations, right? And the fan moving, it is a rotatory motion because it moves from a particular position. And if you are moving on a circle around something, or moving in a circular path, then it is called as a circular motion. For example, satellites are moving circular around the earth is moving around the sun. This comes under the circular motion. And oscillatory motion, it's a motion from its mean position towards right and left. If any motion if any motion repeats itself identically after a fixed interval of time, right? If any motion repeats after regular interval of time, then it is said to be a periodic motion, right? After 45 minutes, one period completes, another period completes, another period after 50 minutes. Take for our period is 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, one period completes, and after 15 minutes, another completes. So after same in time interval, one is repeating, right? So emotion also repeats after a fixed interval, then that type of motions are called as a periodic motion. For example, earth rotates around the sun, it takes 24 hours, right? And a loaded spring moves up and down. A pendulum in a wall clock, a simple pendulum, these are all the movements comes under the periodic motion. The periodic motion periodic motions are repeated with regular intervals. For example, a body executing circular motion with constant speed The motion repeats itself. You tie a ball to a thread and rotate the thread, then the ball moves in a circular path. The spin of the earth, the motion of the moon around the earth, planetary motions, revolutions of electrons about the nucleus, all these are the periodic motion examples. Body does not execute motion along a straight line, right? When the body periodic motion is about a point along a straight line, then it is known as a simple harmonic, right? So we have oscillatory motion also. A periodic motion takes place to and fro, left and right, up and down, front or back. This type of motion is called as a oscillatory or vibratory motion. This periodic motion is generally expressed in the terms of sine and cosine functions. These sine and cosine functions usually refer to as harmonic functions. So the periodic motions are also called as a harmonic motions. The periodic motions also called as a harmonic motions. If the particle or the body is moving in a linear straight line with a periodic motion about a fixed point, it is known as a simple harmonic motion. So simple harmonic motion is a special type of motion or special case of a periodic motion. The periodic, all the simple harmonics are the periodic, but all periodics are not the simple harmonics. Right? So simple harmonic motion is defined as the motion of the particle in a straight line about its mean position such that its acceleration is always directed towards a fixed point and directly proportional to the displacement from a point from that point is called as a simple harmonic motion. The simple harmonic motion is a special case of periodic motion. The motion of the particle in a straight line about its mean position such that its acceleration always directed towards its fixed point or its mean position on its path, and the directly proportional to the acceleration is directly proportional to the displacement, then the type of motions are said to be simple harmonic motions. Right? Every oscillatory motion is periodic, but every periodic motion is not an oscillatory. And all the simple harmonics are the periodic motions, but all periodic motions are not a simple harmonic because these special conditions they cannot obeyed. So you can see the different examples for the simple harmonic motion. So example for the simple harmonic motion is a vibrating tuning fork. The vibrating tuning fork vibrates to and fro from its mean position and it follows all the displacement acceleration are directed, acceleration always directed towards its mean position and displacement and acceleration always opposite in the direction. And a motion of a cradle, simple pendulum, motion of a simple pendulum, a ball in a curved bowl, motion of a liquid in U-shaped tube, a cork floating on a water waves, oscillations of a loaded spring, oscillations of a loaded spring, vibrations of a violin string or any other string, and oscillations of a simple pendulum, loaded spring, and vibrations of a string, motion of a cradle, cart floating on a water, motion of the needle of a shaving machine, and motion of a fronts of vibrating tuning fork, loaded spring, pendulum of a pendulum clock, motion of a pendulum clock, motion of a simple pendulum, and the projection of a uniform circular motion on any diameter of a reference circle, oscillations of violin string or any other string, motion of a body dropped in a imaginary tunnel dug along the diameter of the earth, motion of a small metal ball rolling in a curved dish, right? Motion of a swing. These all are the examples of the simple harmonic motion. So any periodic motion is said to be simple harmonic when it shows some characteristics. So we have some conditions. If it follows these conditions, then this motion is said to be simple harmonic, or otherwise it is a periodic motion. So the motion should be periodic. The object must move to and fro about its mean position. Acceleration is always directed towards the mean position. Acceleration must be directly proportional to the displacement from its mean position. Acceleration and displacement must always opposite to each other. The restoring force acting on the body always directed towards its mean position. These, if any motion, any periodic motion, any motion follows these conditions, then that motion is said to be simple harmonic motion. Then it is said to be simple harmonic motion. For example, here a simple pendulum, for example, simple pendulum is a heavy mass suspended from a rigid support with in an extensible inelastic thread. The length from the midpoint of the mass to the supporting point gives the length of the pendulum, right? So here, when you pull it and release, it makes some oscillations. This is the extreme point, these are the extreme points. So it is moving here and goes back and comes to its mean position. This point is said to be mean position. This point is a mean position, extreme position. It starts from mean, goes left and right, it completes one oscillation. So that should be mean periodic. It is going away and coming towards, so to and fro. Then the acceleration A is always directed toward acceleration towards A. It is going away from extreme position, it's come back, and displacement is in this direction. So these displacement and acceleration always opposite in the direction, and these are proportional to each other, acceleration and displacement. Here displacement is taken as a y, and A is directly proportional, always directly proportional, and they are opposite in the directions, right? So acceleration A is directly proportional to the displacement, and opposite in the direction A is directly proportional to minus y. Y is the displacement, A is the acceleration, and negative sign indicates the direction of the acceleration and displacement are opposite in each other. And the restoring force which brings the pendulum bob from extreme points to mean position acts always towards its mean position. These are the conditions. If any motion follows these conditions, then the motion is said to be simple harmonic motion. The simple harmonic motion is a motion of the particle in a straight line about its mean position such that its acceleration is always directed towards a fixed point in its path and is directly proportional to the displacement from the point. This is called as simple harmonic motion. Next, the projection of a circular motion on any diameter of a circle exhibits the simple harmonic motion. In any circular path the body is projecting, then it exhibits the simple harmonic motion. Right? So consider here the projection of a body in a circular motion. A particle P moving along a circular path radius r. Right? So initially the particle is at this point. It is moving in a circular path with a certain velocity. The radius is r. After some time t, it reaches the point P. Right? So now observe the coordinates of x-axis and y-axis. Along x-axis this is 1, and along x-axis, along y this. So this is the x displacement, and this one is the y displacement. Right? If the object reaches the point here, then this will be the y displacement increases and x displacement decreases. This is the x displacement. So when the object is moving, right, it makes some oscillations. So when the object is at point P, when it starts from the point P and reaches see this, take these points as A and B. This point is A, this one is a B, and this is C, this one is a D. Right? Now the object is at this point P. It makes certain angle theta. Right? So when object starts from point B, started from this point, consider this x-axis is M, this y-axis is N. OM, ON. OM is on x-axis, ON is on y-axis. So when the body is at P, then N starts from O. N is here at O. Body P point is at B. When this body is moving in a circular path, it reaches point C. For example, it reaches point C. Then what happens? The N also reaches C. At C, N maximum, and this comes back and this becomes 0. M becomes 0. When it reaches to A, X becomes maximum, y comes down, it becomes 0. Then when it is coming to d, x goes down and y becomes more, right? So when it reaches to x, b, it goes up and this comes down. So this is so when it completes one circle, it completed a circle, then one time this x value goes left and comes maximum, and y value comes up and comes down, right? So here when it goes to maximum, observing one point, the value goes up. When it comes down 0, x, and then negative y, then comes to 0 and goes maximum. So when it completes one rotation, it completes one oscillation. So at the particle p completes one revolution, the end point completes to and fro motion along y-axis, and the motion of a foot of perpendicular is called as a simple harmonic. And along y-axis, along x-axis, it completes motion, and m completes one motion along the x-axis. So we can say that any body, when it is at initial point, completes one revolution, completes one circle, then the tip of the foot of the point makes one simple harmonic motion along its axis. So projection of a circular motion on any diameter of a circle exhibits the simple harmonic motion. This projection of circular motion on any diameter of a circle is exhibits simple harmonic motion is one of the important question from this area. The definition of a simple harmonic motion, examples for the simple harmonic motion, conditions for the simple harmonic motion, and the projection of a circular motion on a circle exhibits the simple harmonic motion is one of the trusted and most focused concentrated area from the simple harmonic motion first part, right? So now the body is moving along a circular path. So when it is at a initial condition, its value is 0 at t equals to 0. This is the initial point. So at t equals to 0, it's at x-axis, right? It is at this point. After time t, it moves and reaches point P. After time t, it reaches point P. So it makes certain angle theta. After some more time, it goes to another point from B to P. It reaches point B. Initially it is P at B. Right? Now theta equals to omega into t. Here on a circular path, the object is moving with the angular velocity. Angular velocity is the velocity a body which is having when it is moving on a circular path. Right? So from that, a body is moving along a circular path. So you can say that, see here, a circle, this is a x and y axis. Initially the point is at P on x-axis at t equals to 0. After some time t, it reaches the point B. It goes up with circular angular velocity omega. It is moving with the angular velocity. Its linear velocity will be v. This is the radius from here to here. This is the radius, and it makes certain angle, right? It makes some angle with the horizontal. This is the initial point O. Now consider the points along x-axis and y-axis. Along x and y-axis, so this is the along x-axis, this will be the along y-axis. Consider this is M, this is N, the x-axis and along the y-axis, right? So here theta equals to omega t. Theta equals to omega t. Theta equals to omega t. Omega is the angular velocity, theta is the angular displacement. Right? So the displacement, the distance of a vibrating particle from its mean position is called as a displacement at any instant, right? From here you observe this O, M, and this is the point P, who have a triangle. So O, M, P, here it makes an angle, right? So from triangle OMP, sin theta equals to PM is the opposite by OP is the hypotenuse. PM is the OP is the hypotenuse. So here what is PM? PM gives the y displacement, OP gives the R. So sin theta equals to PM equals to displacement y by OP equals to R, right? So therefore theta equals to omega t equals to y by R. So sin omega t equals to y by R. From this equation you can write y equals to R goes left, R sin omega t. This is the y equals to R sin omega t is the equation for the displacement of a particle executing simple harmonic motion. Y equals to R sin theta, instead of theta omega t. The theta value equals to omega t, therefore y equals to R sin omega t. So displacement can be written as y equals to R sin theta, or y equals to R sin omega t, since theta equals to omega t. This is along x-axis, or you can write similarly on, this is along y-axis, and you can write similarly on x-axis R cos theta, or R cos omega t. This is the equations for the displacement of a particle executing simple harmonic motion along x-axis and y-axis, right? Now the velocity of a particle executing simple harmonic motion. What is velocity? Velocity is the rate of change of displacement. As we know the displacement equation, you have to derivate it with respect to time, then you will get a velocity equation, right? What is the equation for the displacement? Y equals to r sin omega t is the displacement. Now velocity equals to v equals to dy by dt. You have to derivate with respect to time. So velocity equals to d by dt of r sin omega t. So r is the radius constant, v equals to r constant. So you have to differentiate sin omega t with respect to t. So here the value of you have to first derivate with omega. First with omega, then omega sin omega t, right? So value of first value of omega t equals to omega with respect to tt, and differentiation of sin omega t is equals to cos omega t. So you can write v equals to r omega cos omega t is r omega cos omega t is the velocity of a particle executing simple harmonic motion. We know that sin square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1. So from that, sin square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1, cos omega t equals to 1 minus sin square omega t root. Substitute this value in the velocity equation. As we know that sin square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1, so sin square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1. So cos square theta equals to 1 minus sin square theta. So cos theta equals to under root of sin square theta, 1 minus sin square theta, right? So now you substitute this value in v, velocity. What is velocity? Velocity equals to r omega cos theta, r cos omega r omega cos omega t is velocity, and from cos sin square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1 equation, you will get cos omega t equals to 1 minus sin square omega t under root. Now you substitute this cos omega t value in that above equation. In this equation, you will get v equals to r omega root of 1 minus sin square omega t, right? You will get v equals to r omega root of 1 minus sin square omega t. But we know the value of sin omega t, that is sin omega t is y by sin theta equals to y by r from displacement derivation. So you can write r omega under root 1 minus the value of sin omega t is y by r whole square, y by r whole square. From this equation, v equals to r omega LCM r square, LCM r square minus y square. right? Square root cancel. Now you will get here r omega root of r square minus y square by r square. So root and r cancel, here r gets cancelled. So now v equals to omega into r square minus y square is the velocity equation. This is the velocity equation of a particle executing simple harmonic motion. This is the velocity equation. Velocity equals to omega into r square minus y square. If what happens if this r and y are equals? Sometimes displacement, maximum displacement becomes 0, right? So we got the equation, the velocity equation, v equals to omega under root of r square minus y square. What happens if displacement becomes 0? Y becomes 0, y value becomes 0, then v equals to omega under root r square. So root square cancel, so v equals to omega r, then the maximum, this velocity will be maximum when y displacement becomes 0. If displacement equals to, displacement equals to r, maximum displacement, then the v equals to omega square r square minus r square, total term becomes 0, so velocity becomes 0. So minimum velocity when the displacement and radius are equal. When the object is at displacement is 0, then velocity will be more, right? So next, expression for the acceleration. A body is moving in a circular path from its mean position, right, with angular velocity, and linear velocity is in this direction. It makes certain angular displacement. This is the linear velocity, that is the angular velocity, right? So what is the acceleration? Acceleration is simply the rate of change of velocity is acceleration. So what is rate of change of velocity? Here what is velocity? A equals to acceleration equals to dv by dt, rate of change of velocity. What is the velocity here? Velocity is equals to v equals to r omega cos omega t is the velocity. R omega cos omega t is the velocity. Now you have to differentiate with this. So A equals to d by dt of r omega cos omega t. This is the acceleration. By differentiation this equation, you will get A equals to d by dt of r omega cos omega t. So r omega are the constants, so r omega, now d by dt of cos omega t. So r omega, the omega theta value omega, cos omega t value minus sin omega t, that is equals to A. Now so A equals to, you will get A equals to r omega r minus of sin omega t you are getting. Now r square into omega minus sin omega t. This is a value, but we know that the value of sin omega t is y by r. So substitute that minus r omega square omega into y by r. R cancel. So sorry, here sorry, we will get a equals to r omega to minus sin omega t. You will get, so a equals to minus r omega square sin omega t. So a equals to minus r omega square, value of sin omega t is y by r, so r gets cancelled. A equals to minus y omega square. This is the acceleration of a particle executing simple harmonic motion. This equation is also known as the general equation of simple harmonic motion. A equals to minus y omega square r, a equals to minus omega square y. This is also called as general equation of a simple harmonic motion. Observe this: acceleration a, displacement y, both are directly proportional. So you can write this as proportional to minus y. So here proportionality constant omega, y displacement, a is the acceleration. Both are directly proportional to each other, and this negative sign gives the acceleration and displacement are opposite to each other. If from this equation a equals to minus omega square y, if y equals to 0, displacement 0, then acceleration is 0. Displacement 0 means acceleration is 0, but velocity will be maximum. When case 2, if y equals to r, then velocity equals to 0, then acceleration equals to omega square r. So acceleration maximum, velocity minimum, acceleration minimum, velocity maximum. This is the equations of acceleration and velocity. Now other features are, other characteristics are expression for the time period and frequency. The time period, what is time period? We discussed the time period in last class. So waves and sounds also. The time period, time taken to complete one oscillation or complete one wave is called as a time period, right? The time from here if you take these points, the time, this is the time taken, or if you take these two times to complete one wavelength, right? To complete one wavelength, time taken to complete one oscillation is called as a time period. So time period equals to angular displacement. In this case the object is moving circular path, it completes one rotation, so the angular displacement by angular velocity. So time equals to displacement by velocity. So what is the, here it is moving on a circular, it is makes an angle, so angular displacement and angular velocity. So time period equals to angular displacement. Here what is the angular displacement? Total 2 by 360 degrees it completed, and angular velocity is omega. So you can write this as 2 pi by y by r. Omega value equals to, a by y, acceleration by y. So now you can write this as t equals to 2 pi into displacement by acceleration. You can write it as 2 pi into under root displacement by acceleration. Next, frequency. The frequency is reciprocal to the time period. Frequency is a reciprocal to the time period. So frequency is number of oscillations made by the particle in a 1 second is a frequency. So you see this here, frequency equals to 1 by time period. So frequency equals to 1 by 2 pi into a by y. So you can write this as 1 by 2 pi into acceleration by displacement, or you can write it as simple a by y. Time period equals to 2 pi into y by a. So time period and frequency are reciprocal to each other. So 1 by time period, frequency equal to 1 by time period, or time period equals to 1 by frequency. You can write it. Next, amplitude. The maximum displacement from its mean position, this is called as a amplitude. As we discussed earlier in other topics, waves and oscillations, the maximum displacement of an oscillating particle either side of its mean position is called as a, for example, take a simple pendulum. This is the mean position, it is moving here and there. These are the extreme positions, right? This is the maximum displacement from its mean position, right? The maximum displacement either side of a mean position of a particle is called as a amplitude. Next, phase. Phase gives the exact position and direction of the motion of a oscillatory particle. Actually, it gives where it is, it gives the exact expression. So you can write this y equals to r sine omega t plus or minus pi. This pi gives the phase. This is phase gives the exact position and direction of the oscillating particle, right? So in this section we discussed about the periodic motion, special case of periodic motion, that is simple harmonic motion, and the conditions for the simple harmonic motion, examples for the simple harmonic motion, some expressions for the body, a point projecting in a circular path executing simple harmonic motion, and the expressions for the body executing simple harmonic motions like displacement, velocity, acceleration, and time period, frequency, phase. We discussed all these and we covered all these in this particular chapter. In next chapter we will discuss about the simple pendulum extensively and the time period of a simple pendulum which executes simple harmonic motion, right? So hope you understand everything regarding the simple harmonic motion and the expression for the simple harmonic motion. The expression for the simple harmonic motion, definition, conditions are the most important area for the examination point of view, and it is very conceptual for the understanding. If you don't understand the motion of a particle on a circular path, then you cannot able to do all the equations and derivations from this chapter, right? Hope you got the concept and understand. Thank you one.